What's up, everybody? It's your boy Dev Hall, man. We back and we live for another episode of the Dev Hall Show, Entrepreneur Segment Part 6, man. We're here with the one and only Nate Stackz. Shanae, how you doing today?
I'm great. How you?
I'm good, man. God woke me up today, and I can't complain about that, man. I decided to come down to Fallin Off The Bone establishment here, located in Frankfurt Avenue, on Frankfurt Avenue. Tell me about your business. What made you decide to come up with falling off the bone? And how long have you been in business?
So I only been in business for about 2.5 weeks. I came up with the business, back when I used to make wings for the family. Any holiday, they will always put me on the wings because I was good at it,
Mhm.
and I just decided to create a stream of income off of it, and it has been successful ever since.
So you mean to tell me you created this business off of selling wings out of your house, platters and things in that sort, and say, you know what, I'm not just gonna make a living, or not make a living, or make income off of Instagram just selling platters out the crib. I'm gonna take it to a step and create a business as far as me having a building and things in that sort. Like, why didn't you go that route?
What, just keeping it in the house?
Yeah,
Well, me personally,
because a lot of the reason I ask you that, I don't mean to cut you off.
mhm,
The reason I ask you that because a lot of people do that. You
right,
know,
just
they
stay in the
stay in the
house.
house because they're unsure if they really want to go into this
That part.
industry. Yeah.
Um, People that do that, I feel like they're scared. I always been an individual that was just ready to take risks. So if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it all the way. Also, when you have an actual establishment like a brick and mortar, people tend to take you a little more serious.
Right.
It looks more professional. You can list yourself on Google. So I just like that whole scenery of things. And you're recognized more. You know what I mean? From people all around the world. People could come visit you and things like that. It just gives it a more professional look.
Okay, so by you saying you've been in business for about 2 weeks, right? Now I'm pretty sure you had this idea for more than 2 weeks,
Yeah.
of course, right? So what? How was the process? If you don't mind me asking, of getting this brick and mortar, and on top of you say, you know what? Why not go into business? Because the food industry can be tricky, you know.
Yeah. It definitely could be tricky. It's a lot of pressure. A lot of people, are not made for this type of business. Me, I never even thought I would be in this industry because I was just playing around with it at
Right,
first.
right.
Um, but what made me get into it on a more serious note, I did take off 2 years.
Okay.
It was 2 years ago. That's when I was doing it in my house, and I waited because I had things going on as far as my other businesses,
Okay.
daycares, rental car business. It just wasn't the right time.
Okay.
So as I built up my capital from the daycares and stuff like that, got staff situated, everything was running pretty smooth. I said, okay, this is the right time to make that move, and that's what I did.
So this is your last business endeavor.
Nah,
I mean,
there's more to come.
no, no. And when I say your last, out of the businesses that we're gonna touch on, this is your
Okay,
last. This is the last one.
for sure.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
Now by you being in business for about 2.5 weeks or 2 weeks, going on three,
Mhm.
I came across Instagram. Actually, let me backtrack real quick. I'm riding around the area and I noticed that this building been here for quite some time, of course, but I noticed it was a whole different establishment. I'm like, oh, I'm expecting it to be another restaurant, that was here before. And then I rolled by and I see a big sign that say "falling off the bone." So I'm like, oh, all right, it caught my eye, like certain colors and all that type of shit that we learned in school catches your eye. So it caught my eye. Boom. Oh, all right, bet. Let me see what this is about. I don't know if you guys experienced this. Let's say, for example, y'all can be talking about something with a friend, and then like 5 to 10 minutes later, you can go on Instagram, a fucking ad will pop up with your thoughts, was thinking, or the conversation that you was having with your friend. So, what's the chances of Chin Mac, a guy that I interviewed back in season 2, promoting falling off the bone? I'm like, what? All right, bet. So let me just dive into the page and see who's the owner behind falling off the bone. Behind that, I looked into the menu. I'm like, oh, all right, she got cheesesteak fries, she got fish platters, she got wings, she got all this different shit. I'm like, yo, I gotta test this out and try it out. Let me reach out to her. I reach out to her, and here we are today. So, Nay, you got a lot of businesses. The clientele, the demand is here. What is the number one favorite item on the menu?
So it's funny because I feel like it's two favorites. Um, Definitely the staple is the buffalo chicken cheese fries. Mostly everybody that comes through here, they have to add on the buffalo chicken cheese fries with their platter. Next in line would be the cheesesteak fries. So that's the number. That's two of them. Two of the
Okay.
most yeah, popular.
Okay. So when you create these items, are you getting suggestions from family, friends, or is just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to add it
No,
to the menu?
yeah, I do it myself. I just feel like I know what the people want. I feel like I know what's appealing, and then I just go for it, and it sells.
Okay.
So yeah.
Cooking. Who inspired you to cook? Anyone in the family, or you just decided it's something I'm good at?
Um, a little bit of both. My stepmom, I grew up with my stepmom most of my life. She always had me in the kitchen with her. She spoke big on like, if you want to be a wife one day, you need to be in the kitchen. You need to know things of that nature, know how to cook and serve and stuff like that.
Uh
So
huh.
I really took that serious,
Okay.
along with my own little twist as I got older, and then I just went from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, um, the whole entrepreneur mindset, if you don't mind me asking, because we're already in the business part right now. The entrepreneur mindset, off camera, we was talking, and I'm like, yo, you got a hustler mindset, a business mindset, business savvy. Like, where did that come from?
Well, that actually came from it derived from two things in life. One, it was always I got tired of my situation at the time. I grew up in two different households, so it was like I did have one household that was pretty okay. We was making it, always had a good meal every day, and then I had one household where it was like, people was okay as long as they had food in the house. I wasn't okay with it.
Mm.
So I was like, I gotta change that narrative. I'm not cool with just having just enough. So I was like, I got to do something about this. On top of the fact of me working so many different type of jobs, it just wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. I was always overdraft. I would get paid and still would be overdraft.
Mm.
So I'm just like, there's something got to give. On top of the workforce itself, it was always people micromanaging me and this and that. It was just always something with the job, and I'm just like, I'm a leader at heart, so I was
Mm.
like, I gotta start my own situation, and then once I got a grasp of that one time, I was on go ever since.
Now, with that being said, these type of like different businesses that you're into,
Mhm.
it's not no like, okay, it's so easy caveman can do it. Like, it's not one
Right.
of those type of
It's
joints.
not.
So reason I'm saying it because you got a business with that includes children, like daycare. You have two of them. We was talking heavy
Right.
about that too. What made you get into that lane? Because one thing I thought about that at a time, and I was like, yo, you got to get zoning information or a license and all these different certifications and things in that sort. And that's not saying it did it to me, but that type of stuff can like shy someone off.
Shots went off. Right.
So I want to know what made you decide to do that, or yeah.
Well, for one, I knew I could tolerate children to a certain extent. Being a daycare owner, you don't necessarily have to be in your daycare all the time physically.
Mhm.
So it's really also about delegation. You got the right team, right staff with their proper certifications. You can step away a little bit. Also, my stepmom did have two daycares when I was coming up. It was a very profitable business.
Mhm.
You don't need college to get into it.
Mhm.
Long as you get your building, right zoning, your right paperwork, you can open up a daycare.
Mhm.
So I really was going in a lane where, I was thinking to myself, like, what can I get into that requires no degree and fast cash?
Mhm.
Really, pretty much.
Yeah.
I know I'm crazy, but yeah, that really was my motto. I was just like, what could generate like a lot of income that doesn't require much school? Because I done did the college thing.
Mhm.
It really wasn't for me. I done went to school for health information, biomedical engineering. It wasn't for me.
Not
So I
for.
was like, I just want to own my own businesses,
Mhm.
and that's just how I went.
I'm glad you touched on that. As far as the daycare thing goes, a lot of people have a hard time trusting people with their
Yes.
kids. And I know you
Yes.
watch the news. It's a lot of effed up stuff that's going on with these
Mhm.
daycare workers going at these kids behind closed doors. And thank God we got cameras that reveal this information. So what separate? I mean, not separates, but like how can let's say for example someone is watching this like, you know what, man, I just had falling off the bone, food was good as hell. I also heard she got daycare, like,
Right.
you know what, the food was good, but like, how can we trust her with our kid?
Right.
Not saying it like that, but I'm
Right.
just saying for the new people that are
Right.
interested. Like, what makes them say, you know what, we want to go to what's the name of your daycare? If you don't mind me asking.
Ambitious achievers.
I want to go. I want to sign my kid up for ambitious achievers.
Well,
Why should I do
first,
that?
I mean, they should do that one because I do offer a welcoming environment. One, the outside of my daycare is extremely appealing to the eye for children. So I really take pride in that. I took pride in it when, I was creating the business. Also, I handpick my staff. I make sure the people I interview are people that actually care about children, that are dependable, reliable when it comes to children. Cameras, I let them know we have security cameras and certain paperwork in place in case an incident may happen, and always multiple contact information on the child so that we can get in contact with someone immediately if something may happen. But they get to do a tour and everything to just reassure them that this is a safe environment.
Is there any type of programs that you have that are like helpful or beneficial for the kids? Because I don't get me wrong, I don't have any children, so I don't know certain programs that take place inside of these type of environments. But is there any type of like program that you do have that is like beneficial or helpful for the child?
Right. So basically, we have a curriculum that's already set out and a certain schedule that we follow every day.
Okay.
So they're put on a schedule where they can learn a variety of things like music, circle time, you know, different arts and crafts and stuff like that. And it's also provided to the parent too. So then the parent can view it as well as the staff. So we all on the same page.
Okay.
Hmm.
So all right, you got. I'm gonna call you. I know you Nate Stackz. I'm gonna call you Nate One Stop Shop because you got something to eat. Just drop the kids off. Now it's time to vacate. I need a rental.
Oh man,
You moving and grooving, yo. You got the whole
everything.
vacation package,
Let's
yo.
go.
You got a meal. You got someone to watch your kids. And now I just need to cruise on down AC
Yup.
or somewhere.
We got you
What made
covered.
you decide to get into that? Because a lot of people, we go right to Toro. You go to Avis, Hertz,
Hmm.
Enterprise. We can go to, Stackz. Is it Stackz Rental?
Stags Reynolds.
Damn. Come on,
So
how that come up, man? That's a lot of hats you wearing.
I mean, the Reynolds, that's really my baby. Because again, like you said, you heard the Toro. Me again, I heard the Toro also. Along with my mindset, just wanting better and wanting more, I need more streams of income. I put myself in this mentorship. Shout out to Calvin Cannon. This was one of my mentors. It was an octagon strategy. Basically, it's a mentorship where he put his mentees in, and he called it the octagon strategy because he showed you 8 different ways to create income, and that's all we talk about: real estate, rental cars, credit, anything that generate income. That's what we talked about. We was up all night. It was exciting for me because I like success.
Yeah, yeah.
So he pitched the idea to me like, okay, I see you. You can rent the cars out, but why don't you start managing? I'm like, what you mean managing cars? He like taking partnerships on, like telling people they could bring their cars, you manage it and split a percentage. So once he told me that, I just went in on social media as far as me taking partnerships. I got my first partnership. They wanted me to manage their car on Toro because they really was scared of the private rentals.
Yeah.
I really pretty much introduced them to private rentals without Toro.
Mhm.
So a lot of people, they really didn't hear of that. So they let me manage it on Toro. I started doing mine privately. Grabbed the car lot and I started off probably with like 2 cars, Impala and the Equinox. I saw how I was moving at a rapid pace, and a lot of people that kept coming to me trying to book a car kept saying they couldn't get approved for Toro. And I'm like, I'm leaving a lot of money on the table. I'm about to start my own one. So that's when I got the car lot, grabbed a few more cars, and then once I got the lot, that's when people was like, I need to put my cars on her lot.
Like you said,
So
that whole.
they took it more serious. They saw that the lot was happening, and they said, "Oh yeah, this is real."
Mhm.
So people started bringing me 6 cars, 7 cars, 3, 2, whatever they wanted, and then people was making money. Everybody was making money.
Okay, so
Um,
I don't mean to cut you off. So when you sit here saying like 6, 7 cars, right?
mhm.
Are you saying like people are bringing their personal vehicles, like Toro, like how
Yeah,
Toro
so
is?
yeah, they would either have it registered under their personal name,
Yeah.
or they would just get cars under their business name and let me manage it.
Okay.
So basically, I love this idea because it lets people still live a life.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to leave their current situation. They don't gotta leave their job. Even with Toro, if you get on Toro, you still gotta meet up with the client.
Mm-hmm.
Some people do a lockbox thing, but
Yeah.
it's like, at some point you have to go get your car to oil change. You got to
Right.
get your car maintenance. You
Right.
still physically have to do something. Whereas though my company take away all that hassle. We do everything for you. You don't have to do nothing but collect money.
Listen, I like your mindset. I like everything you're saying. So the stuff like as far as the rental business, as far
Mm-hmm.
as the whole daycare situation, and on top of the restaurant industry, like is this something that you taught yourself outside of the mentor thing? Because like you just said the whole rental thing. All
Right.
right, I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Is this something that you said? You know what? Outside of your mentor, I'm going to study this shit so I know all this information. So when someone presents something to me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm aware of it versus someone looking at me like she new in the game. She don't know shit. You get what I'm saying?
Right. So I always say experience is your best teacher. Um, have I took little courses and stuff like that? Yeah. People that been in the game already, I took their courses,
You
or
should,
because
yeah.
I still want to learn from people that already did it.
Mm-hmm.
But experience is your best teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I'm a big risk taker, so it's like any business I go in, I don't know. You never know until you experience it. So that's why I always say experience is your best teacher, because all the stuff I done been through in the rental business, I'm able to now effectively teach someone else that want to start their own rental car business,
Mm-hmm.
because I've experienced it already. I done went through the trials and tribulations. I done went through, the crying stages, the depressing moments, the insurance situation. I done been through all that. So I can effectively tell someone what to avoid, or, what to look out for and what to do if they, run into that issue.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I like that a lot because the point I wanted to make on that is I like to learn by watching YouTube University, or Google University. I love that stuff as well. I'm a college graduate, but I'm staying as firm with you as well. Like I'm a communication major, but I honestly feel like college is for the birds, for real. That's just me.
That's how I
I'm
feel
happy I got a
too.
degree. Don't get me wrong,
Right.
but I do feel as though it depends on what you're applying yourself in life for.
And let
Because
me let me piggyback on that, because honestly, when it comes to college situation, I feel like if you just out here want to be successful, because you're going to college to what, make a living. Yeah, somewhat of it is to do what you love or
right,
you're passionate about. But you got people out here that's just pushing college into these people's mouths and their minds, and that's not really what they want to do.
hmm
Some people are just, yo, I need money, I need to be successful, I want to pay my bills and live a good life for me and my kids.
hmm
If that's the case, entrepreneurship is the way. I feel like if you're going to college for something specialized like nursing
right,
or
it's
something that's,
needed. So
yeah,
let me
it's
clear that. I
needed.
don't want to say it's for the birds because someone might
Surgeons,
take that out of context. It's not for the birds.
right,
But if I were to go back at age 18 and they say go to trade and go to college, trade equal money right off of the back versus me being in debt after 4 years of college, I definitely take that trade route. So just like you said, doctor, nurse, lawyer, we already know you need school for that. One thing I want to surprise the audience with, uh, I might have tear it up so you guys can see it, but my stomach gonna see it. Yeah, we got what we got, Nate. What we got right here?
right here. I gave you the combo. We got the hot wings, sweet chili, and we got the Philly cheesesteak fries, loaded fries.
Listen, and she whipped that joint up in front of me too, man. So it's not like one of her workers or anybody did it. I got it from the lady herself. Nate, where can people find you at? As far as the location where your restaurant is at, where can they find you at on Instagram? And also, can you shout out all your businesses? And
Yes.
where can they can find you at
All
as well?
right, so Falling Off the Bone, you can find us at 3677 Frankfurt Avenue. We're literally directly down the street from all the Aramingo shops. Um, the rest of my businesses is Ambitious Achievers. That's the daycare, location 1 and 2. We have a location in South Philadelphia and Germantown. Also, the rental car company that is on 4700 Torresdale Avenue, right on Torresdale and Margaret. And I am Nay Stackz, NAY_Stackz, STACKZ.
Y'all know who I am. Dev Hall Show. Y'all already know how I go, man. Entrepreneur segment part 6. Thank you, Nate, for having me here at your establishment. Thank you for being a part of the Dev Hall Show entrepreneur segment. And it was a pleasure. I'm gonna let you know how the food is
Okay.
later on after this, man. Thank
Yep.
you.
No problem.
Bet.